Alright guys, welcome to the video. This is part 4 of linear regression with SciKit Learn Python with Mr. Shah. So let's get started with tutorial number 4. In the last tutorial what we did, just gonna give you a small overview idea. So basically we read the dataset, right? We imported the library, we read the dataset. Alright, so once we did that, we performed our X data, Y data, then we did train test split model, then we created a model, we fitted the model, and at the last what we did is basically predicted the data and printed and we did the distribution of that. That's good. Now I wanna do a Pythonic approach. So if you are a Python, you have to do the object oriented way, not this way, right? So let's do that. So first of all, we need to import the libraries. So the way to do that would be, of course, this way. All right, so we need to create certain class and need to create a template as we did in the last class. So I'm gonna say object, right? So we're gonna make a default constructor. So this have a small issue, underscore in it, no space, remember that. Self and pass. Then we're gonna create pre-process, which is gonna pre-process the data. And remember, we wanna access this as a attribute, not a method. So I'm gonna say property decorator at the top, pro property. So that's one of that we need. Then we need to create a model, remember. So again, a property decorator, because we will access this as an attribute, not a method. So create model, right? Gonna take the self. After that, we need to do a train test split again. So I'm gonna say property decorator. And one more time, property decorator for the test. At the end, we need to do a download report. So again, that would be a property decorator. Alright, now that's done. Now we just need to fill the values inside it. What we just did in the last class, just need to fill the values. So hopefully this makes sense what we did. So just gonna copy a couple of more snippets and we'll paste it. This is an object oriented way. So this is what we did in the last class, right? Just the same thing. I'm not doing anything new. Just for your let me show you the train test stuff where we did it. So this is what we did, right? We selected the data, we did the Y data, did the train test split. So that's what I'm doing, nothing new, right? It's the same thing, returning that. Now what we need to do is we need to call this in the constructor so that I can have the instance variable accessed anywhere in the class. So we'll do that. This is what we did in the tutorial number 2 as well, right? If you remember. So I'm gonna do that. This is what it does. So self variable, so I can access anywhere in this function. Now we need to create a model. So we have already done that in the last class. So essentially just the object oriented approach, right? So once that is done, so just creating a model, right? We did this in the last class. Now I'm just saying one new parameter. So normalize equals to true. What this will do is by default normalize all the data, convert between 0 and 1, fit intercept equals to true. It's by default. I can like change that to false as well. So that's just an optional parameter. So once done with that, what we need to do is basically do a train. So we did that in the last class, remember? So now here is the thing, guys. We need to create the model, right? So we need to call this in the default constructor so we can have this instance variable, the model variable, we can access it anywhere in the class. So essentially want to do that. So just calling the attribute. So if we had double this way, it's a method. But if it's not, this is an attribute. To access it, so to access a method as an attribute, you use the property decorator. So that's easy. If you don't know much, you can go and read about property decorators, right? So essentially we want to train the model, so that's what we did, right? Simple. So we have this instant variable self.model.fit, self.xtrain, self.xtest, because whenever you create an object, by default it will do a pre-process and create a model by default for you. So these variables are available anywhere now. You don't need to call this attributes known as pre-process. By default it will do that. So that's a good thing about the object-oriented code. So right, after that we will do a simple test, right? I'm just gonna copy that. We did this in the last class, so essentially just repeating what we did. So again, self.model.predict, we create a model object and we give the x test, and it's going to return the prediction. So this will return the prediction, that's the pred. Self.model.coef, return the coefficients and the intercept, right? We did that in the last class. And here we do not have the download report, remember, because here we do not have a confusion matrix. Since it's a linear regression, we are predicting something, remember that. So now we will run this model. So right, so now I have just run this model. Now I need to just run it and see whether everything works according to the plan. So just this way, we don't need this. Right, now run this 35. So that's done. Now we need to print the data. So what's right? So I will say essentially I can print all of these. So if I just say pred, right, this is the prediction. We did this in the last class, remember, we did this. See, you pred, right, we did this, right? So essentially this is the object oriented approach. Similarly I can say coef, essentially these are the coefficients. And let's print the matrix, the pandas. We did this in the last class again, in the part 3, remember this one. So just quickly I'm going through it. 1 unit increase in, all right, I need to explain you that as well, you will forget. All right, so let me just do, all right, so one unit increase in income will increase the price of the house by 21 United States dollar. One unit increase in the age will increase the price by 1,64,883 United States dollars, and so on for the rest of the feature map. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the part 4 where we did the object-oriented approach using Python. We use a lot of classes, methods, instance variable, and stuff like that. So this is how you can write a complete code with object-oriented. Make sure to so you can see the code is pretty neatly written. Between every function there is one line of space, or maybe 2 line. Not more than that. So that's like a standard. You should not do more than that. So here you can see it has commented out properly. Documentation is the most important whenever you're making anything. So essentially we did all of that. So thank you for watching. This is part 4. See you in part 5 where we would be doing maybe like KNN or multi-binomial NB or something like that. So I hope you have enjoyed it. If so, do give a like, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and also make sure if you have any questions, please make sure to post them in the comment section, and I would be very happy to answer all your questions as soon as I have time. So thank you for watching. This is part 4, and hope to see you guys in the part 5 where we would be learning more complicated stuff. So let me end the video right here.